So last night I started watching the new Naomi Osaka series on Netflix, and I have to say, I loved it. And as I was watching it, I started pulling some quotes that I really loved from it and that I wanted to share with you. So here are my top 6 favorite quotes from episode 1. Hi, I am Dr. Alicia Granholm, leadership coach, helping you thrive in your leadership and life. If you aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Okay, these are absolutely not from my least favorite to most favorite or most favorite to least favorite. They happen to go in chronological order. Okay, so quote number 1. I feel like you have to be really mentally strong to play tennis, because tennis is a solo sport. You're kind of by yourself. I love this reflection so much because so much of life actually feels like a solo sport. Even though we all want to be in community and really crave community and doing things with others, I just find, and as I talk with so many leaders and other people too, that so much of life really still feels like a solo sport. And that emphasis on mental strength and our mindset and mental health is so crucial and critical, whether we're on the court trying to be the best tennis player in the world or whatever we're doing in life off the court. Our mindset and our mental health is vital to our success on the court and off the court. Okay, quote number 2. The interesting thing is everyone's built differently, so we all have our different strengths. This is what I love about athletes. Most athletes recognize that everybody's body is uniquely designed, and therefore everyone has unique strengths. So Naomi can't try and play like Serena Williams. If she does, she's not going to be as amazing as she is if Naomi tries to play like Naomi and really focuses on her strengths and her abilities as a tennis player. And that's true for the rest of us too. The sooner we realize that we are unique and we have our own unique strengths and gifts and abilities, the better able we are to maximize our own potential and become the best version of ourselves as well, and really find success in our lane, right? Like Naomi knows that she needs to stay in her lane. She needs to play tennis the best way that Naomi Osaka can play tennis, not the best way that Serena Williams can play tennis. And the sooner the rest of us recognize that we stay in our lane and focus on our gifts and our strengths and our abilities, the better able we are to fulfill the potential that we've been given and to live out our destiny. So my third favorite quote comes from Kobe Bryant during an interview that's aired in episode 1. And here's what Kobe has to say. It's important for her to stay focused on what's most important, which is the craft. There's going to be a lot of things pulling you in different directions, but you have to stay locked in on what got you these opportunities, which is the game of tennis, and continue to get better at the craft. It all comes from there. I love Kobe's wisdom and advice to stay focused on the true gift, not the multitude of opportunities that come when we start to find success and strength in our gifts and our talents. For all of us, when we start to see success in this area or that area, more opportunities are going to come our way. But just because more opportunities are coming our way doesn't mean that we then should focus on those as our primary responsibility. No, Kobe's wisdom is amazing, and I love it because it's not just true for Naomi Osaka, it's true for the rest of us as well. Our primary focus shouldn't become these opportunities that come our way. It should stay on what got us there in the first place, our craft. And so to keep the main thing, the main thing. The temptation is going to be that we start to focus on the opportunities that come our way because of the success that we've seen from our craft. Take Brene Brown, for instance. She's done some incredible work in her research, and she's been able to translate it so the rest of us can benefit from it as well. And because of her gift in that work, she's gotten so many opportunities for speaking. So she could start to focus on honing her craft as a speaker over and above her craft as a researcher. But that would do a disservice to her as well as everyone else, am I right? So I think Kobe is really sharing some wisdom for the rest of us as well by reminding us to keep the main thing, and hone the craft that got us those opportunities to begin with. And then my fourth favorite quote / part is when she invites Coco to do the interview with her after beating Coco in their match. By the way, Coco is 15 at the time, so she's a tennis phenom, right? And after their match, Naomi goes up to her and says, "Will you do the interview with me? I've done this before. Look, you're amazing. We're both going to do the interview. I think it's better than going into the shower and crying. Let people know how you feel." You guys, cue the tears. I absolutely loved this part in the episode because it shows Naomi's humanity, her humility, her compassion, her empathy. She didn't have to invite Coco to do the interview with her, but she recognized, one, the giftedness in Coco, this 15-year-old tennis phenom, and she knew what it felt like to lose a match, right? She's been there before. She's lost matches herself, and she knows what it feels like. So for her to show this young, rising tennis star that kind of empathy and compassion, man, isn't that what we love about Naomi? Am I right? Like, it's not just her skill as a tennis player, it's her as a person. And in that moment, her humanity really just shone through. And it literally brought me to tears. I don't know about you. Okay, so my fifth favorite quote comes from her agent, Stuart, who says, "People want someone that can be their role model and pioneer for a better world." I just loved that quote, and it really got me thinking, so who's my role model? And I have to say, the first person that came to mind was my friend Jen. My friend Jen will go to the ends of the earth to meet the needs of some of the most marginalized people in the world, on the planet. And Jen literally is a pioneer for a better world. I absolutely love and look up to the kind of compassion she has for people, especially those who are dismissed by so many others in society and in the world today. So she's definitely on my list of role models. So who is one of your role models? Drop it in the comments below, and maybe we can make a really long list of people who are pioneering for a better world today. Okay, so my last favorite quote comes at the end of this episode when Naomi is at the koi pond and she's looking out over the pond, and she says this: "For so long, I've tied winning to my worth as a person. So what am I if I'm not a good tennis player?" Yes, this. Does anyone else struggled and grappled with this question? Personally, for me, I was in my 30s when I started realizing that I tied my worth and my value to a title and to a position and to what I did. And it took me a while to kind of unravel those so that my worth isn't tied up into what I do, but I know it's simply because of who I am. So I love that Naomi is already grappling with her identity and her worth outside of tennis. Because when you're really well known for one thing, I can imagine that it's really difficult to know who you really are without that one thing. And I think most of us, if we're being honest, have grappled with our own self-worth and identity outside of a title or what we do, and really questioned, if I'm not fill in the blank, then who am I or what am I? If that is a question that you have wrestled with before, I'd love to know in the comments below how you dealt with it and what you discovered when you started processing that for yourself. Okay. So those are my favorite 6 quotes from episode 1. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other favorite quotes from the episode, or if there are any other thoughts you had while you watched it. I would love to hear them. And if you like this video, go ahead and like it, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below. If you aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you next time.